In these problems, we're being asked to look at some division problems and give what's called the quotient and the remainder. So when you are asked for a quotient, that's like the answer part of your division problem. If you take 6 and divide it by 3, your quotient, or the answer, would be 2. 6 divided by 3 is 2. However, if you took 7 and divided it by 3, you'd end up with 2 and 1 left over. And the 1 left over part of the answer is what the remainder is. So I'm going to show you, we could set this 43 divided by 5. We could set up a long division problem and work through all those steps, but there's probably an easier way to do this. And actually, the very first thing I want to do is just look at a visualization. So we're going to take the number 43 and divide it into 5 groups and see how that comes out. And so I've got a little program here that can do that. Here are 43 dots, and let's see, we're going to put them into 5 rows. So there are 5 rows of 43. And you can see the rows are each 2, 4, 6, 8 long with 3 left over. So the quotient here is 8. When we divide 43 into 5 parts, the quotient is 8. The remainder is these leftover dots here. The remainder is 3. If you don't have a tool like that handy, here is a simple way to do a problem like this. We're dividing by 5, so let's just work on listing some of the multiples of 5. And I'm not going to start with 1. I want to start closer to 40. I know that 5 times 6 is 30, and 5 times 7 would be 35. We're getting close now. And 5 times 8 would be 40, very close. And 5 times 9 would be 45. And oh, that's too big. It's bigger than 43. So we want to go back up to this one. That's going to be our quotient. If you divide 43 into 5 groups, they're going to have 8 members in each of those groups. Now, the way you figure out, so that's our quotient, 8. The way you figure out the remainder is you take a look at this number. 5 times 8 is 40, and you look at the difference. What's the difference between 43 and 40? The answer is 3. So our remainder is 3. All right, let's try one more like that. So this one is 47 divided by 6. And actually, let's go ahead and visualize that so we have a visual of it first. So 47 and we'll put that into 6 rows here. Okay, so there's 47 divided by 6, and it looks like we have 2, 4, 6, 7 in each row. So our quotient is going to be 7, and then we have 2, 4, 5 left over that didn't fit into those rows. So let's see if we can arrive at that same answer using the method with the multiples here. So I want multiples of 6, and I want to start not too far from 40. Let's start at 30 again. So 6 times 5, that's 30. 6 times 6 is 36. 6 times 7 would be 42. Getting close there. 6 times 8 would be 48. Oh, and now we've gone over. So we're going to go back to 7, and that's our quotient. And the remainder then is going to be 47 minus 42. Our 6 times 7 adds up to 42, and then we subtract to find the difference there, and we get 5. So our remainder is 5, and that's just what we saw in the visualization, 7 in each of these rows, and then a remainder of 5. So that is a little bit of work using an alternate method to find the quotient and the remainder of a division problem.